Caesars Arena has a money stake in one of our famous couples as we play the game of celebrity gossip, Tattletales. And here's this week's star of Tattletales, Rayburn.
Thank you very much. I thank you. The reason I'm here and Bert is there is because Ann is here, and it would have been awkward to have Gene and Ann, and through Bert's good offices and good graciousness, I am here, and I thank you.
Good gracious.
Those of you who watch this show with any degree of regularity will know that our audience is divided into 3 rooting sections here, and they're rooting for different celebrities up here. For instance, all of these people here in the blue seats or in the blue section. So you got a blue section, and the rug is blue, and it goes right over to this guy with the blue suit. May we see Ann Convey, please? There she is. Isn't she a pretty lady?
Little darling.
Isn't he a lucky guy to be married to a pretty lady like that?
Thank you.
Okay, and you people here in the center section and the yellow section, your yellow carpet goes right up to that talented actor Roger Perry and a funny lady named Joanne. That's enough out of you, Joanne.
Oh, I did. Oh, but nothing. I didn't say a word.
So far.
Yeah.
Say a word, Roger.
Word?
See, I can't even get that in. That's it. I did a word in edgewise. Now, you people in the red section have the good fortune to be rooting for Emmy Award winner.
I don't think you heard the Emmy Award. Say it.
Cool. Harvey said you didn't hear me say Emmy Award winner Harvey Korman. Now, wait a minute. Now, sit down. Get back up there.
Come on back.
You'll win an Emmy next year.
I got 4 of them. I'll give you one. I want you to know that I watch this show, too. But I have no degree of regularity.
Who asked him?
Now, before we
You
get...
can always bleep it out. Okay.
Before we get to our first question, may I just say a word about the scoring? May I say a word?
Sure, go ahead.
We start with this pot. And in the pot, we got $150. And every celebrity couple who wins shares in the pot. And if only one couple wins, they get the whole pot of $150. And here's the first question. Ladies, are you ready?
Ready.
Ready.
Girls, which of the following would frustrate you the most? To have your ears taped up so you couldn't hear anything? Or to have your mouth taped up so you couldn't say anything? Which of those 2 situations would frustrate you
We should
the most?
disqualify Roger.
No. Have your ears taped up or your mouth taped up. And goodbye, ladies. Think about that. No responses now, please. Okay, now we have the gentleman here. The ladies cannot hear us or see us. And we ask Bert to tell us what he thinks Ann will say.
Well, I don't know what she'll say, but I would like you to tape up her nose and ears and mouth and all of those things. No,
What would frustrate her? Now remember,
yeah,
we're
that's
going to ask
right.
her to
There's
say,
the key.
Ann, what would frustrate you the most?
Taping up her mouth or her ears?
Her ears.
I would say her mouth.
Her mouth.
Would frustrate her the most, and several people in the blue section are going, that's right, that's right. How do you know?
You know something about his wife that we don't know?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think the mouth.
You think Ann will say mouth?
Well, there's a problem because I talk a lot, and maybe but she'd be frustrated if she couldn't hear it. No, maybe she'd be happy if she couldn't hear it.
Would you make a decision?
I'm very sorry. Let's say mouth. It's a guess.
Okay. All right. His rooting section thinks he made the right decision. We'll find out right now as we bring Ann Convey back on the screen. And there she is. Now, Ann, if you're ready to respond, we're ready to hear your response. Which of the following would frustrate you the most? To have your ears taped up or to have your mouth taped up?
Oh, he doesn't call me motor mouth for nothing. Definitely my mouth.
And he just took a wild guess on that.
Gee.
He did take a wild guess on that because he doesn't think you run off at the mouth a lot.
Oh, really?
Well,
No.
I'm just trying to put on a good front here.
Oh, I
so
see.
it doesn't look so bad, you know.
All right, so Ann and Bert will share in that
Try to make me
pot.
look good.
And we thank you, Ann. And now let's go over here to Roger.
Can I have a few moments to think about this?
He says, could he have a few moments to think about it, Evan?
No, you know something? That Joanne is not as loud in real life. No, it's true. No, a lot of people don't believe this. She is not as loud in real life as she is, when you see her on television.
Yeah.
She's louder.
She's louder. So you're going to see what frustrated
So I
most...
have to go with her ears. No.
Frustrate her most?
Yeah, her mouth.
To have her mouth.
That would frustrate her mouth, yes.
All right. No help from our audience here. Let's bring Joanne back. Joanne, you can't see her, Roger, but she's got her mouth covered with her hands. But we have to get an answer from you now, Joanne. Which would frustrate you the most, to have your ears taped up so you couldn't hear, to have your mouth taped up so you couldn't say anything?
I tell you the truth right now, with the loud music in the ears that we hear when you guys are doing it, might be there. But I would have to say my mouth, because I like to vocalize. It must be what Roger said.
That's what Roger said, Joanne, and he said, do I have to answer? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
And now we come here to Old Harv.
I'm not that old.
No. We come to Young Harv.
Yes.
4 M's. You must.
If you'd have said...
But who's
4.
counting?
Yeah, who cares?
If you'd have said her hands,
Yeah.
if she couldn't use her hands, because this is her charge plate hand.
Oh, I see.
Her name is Donna. Just put it in the sheet. No, my wife loves to talk, scream, yell, holler, communicate. No, she couldn't be very frustrated if her mouth was...
Mouth were taped.
Oh,
it would be
yes,
very
yes.
frustrating.
We all said
All right, that's his decision. And you hold it for a minute here, and we'll bring Donna back. There you are, Donna, and here we are. And now we need an answer from you.
Whatever Harvey said, it's not funny, and I don't like it. And it's my mouth.
Well, I gotta tell you, whatever he said was very funny, and you're right, he did say your mouth. So that means all 3 celebrity couples share in this pot. They all scored there, and at this moment, scores 50, 50, and 50. All right, we got another question for our celebrity couples in a moment or so, but first we've got this for you. Here we go, more Tattletales now, and we have the ladies ready to respond to this. Are you ready, gals?
Ready.
You and your guy are out at a discotheque, and while he's in the men's room, an attractive stranger asks you for a dance. Now, what do? Do you dance with him, or tell him politely to get lost? Think about that. Now, this guy's very attractive. You're in a discotheque, and your man leaves the room, and this stranger asks you to dance. Do you dance with him or tell him politely to get lost? We'll see you in a few minutes. All right, Bert. Now, how do you think Ann will respond to this?
Let me see now. Stranger asks her to dance.
Stranger.
Is it a man?
Yes.
Could be dark in there. You never.
That's right. In this day and age, who can tell?
Okay.
It is a man.
Cheap shot.
Never mind. 4 Emmys.
Okay, go, Bert.
Okay, I would say that she would tell him politely to lead. No. To
Politely to
get
get lost.
Yes, that's what I'm going to say, and I hope I'm right, because if I'm not,
We're going to find out if you're right right now as we bring Ann back on the screen. There is Ann.
Yeah.
Now, this strange, good-looking guy asked you to dance. Mm-hmm. Do you dance with him, or do you tell him politely to get lost, Ann?
Gee, I'd like to, but I'd be afraid to, so I'd tell him to get lost.
wait a minute.
I'd be sorry.
No.
She said, "Gee, I'd like to."
I'd like to.
Yeah.
Well, that's being polite. She says, gee, I'd like to, sir, but no thanks.
No, that's not
No,
what
that's
she
not
said.
what I meant.
Oh,
Don't you
I'm sorry.
That's not what she
Okay.
meant. I know what she meant. I'll
Fight
talk
on
to
your
you
own
later.
time, will you? Thank you, Ann. And now here's old Roger. Here's Roger Perry. What do you think? What about this?
This is tough because, you see, I don't like to dance.
You don't like to dance?
No. And Joanne does.
Yep.
And so she may be nice and say, no, I would tell him to get lost. But I don't think so. because she knows how I feel about it. Now, she remembers how I feel about dancing. Listen, I try to get anybody to dance with her. And I say, hey, you want to dance? Hey, you got sailor. Anything to get her off my back.
So she danced with the stranger?
I think so, because she's very outgoing.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Cool it. Hold everything. Here comes Joanne. There she is. Now, Joanne, you have to tell us. This stranger asks you to dance. Would you dance with him or tell him politely to get lost?
Well, since Roger's really big dance is the tango, I would dance with him.
Joanne, are you kidding us? Does Roger really tango?
Well, you know what that's from? That's from a show we've been doing so much. We identify so with the characters in Lovers and Other Strangers, being Frank, and she always wants him to tango, and so that's why. Did he mention tango too?
No, he didn't mention tango.
Oh.
No. Okay, but that's what he said.
Did, honey.
And you will share in the pot, and we thank you.
Thank you.
Now, Harv, what is Donna going to say? It's a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I don't think Donna would take advantage of me while I was in the John.
He says to me, cheap shot. Right? Oh, boy.
I think that if I were sitting there and a fella came over and said, hey, would you mind dancing, that she might say, hey, is it okay? But while I was gone, I don't think she would. Besides, she doesn't know how to dance. So, no.
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 All right, we'll find out right now.
Lost.
Right or wrong, shall we? There's Donna. Now, Donna, would you dance with this attractive stranger?
You better believe it.
You would. You would. She said yes, Harv.
And Harvey said,
Do you hear the red section hating you, dummy?
I wouldn't. Are you
Now,
kidding?
Harvey said you would not take advantage of him while he was out of the room.
Take advantage of him. I thought he meant the stranger.
So Donna and Harvey do not share in that pot. Joanne and Roger do share in the pot. Ann and Bert share in the pot. So at this moment, the score is 50, 125, 125, and it's time to switch places. The ladies are going to come up here, and the gentlemen will go backstage. And we'll have more of Tattletales and more celebrity secrets in a moment or so. But first, this message. Now we're ready to carry on here at Tattletales. The gentlemen are ready to backstage, and they're ready to carry on. Are you?
Yes, we're ready to carry on. It's kind of hard with these on, though. You know.
It is.
With you, Gene?
Yeah. Now, gentlemen, as you know, on Match Game, we have questions with blanks in them, and you have to fill in the blanks. And we've got a question like that for you, which we've adapted for Tattletales. Now, the question is for the men. You girls will have to match what they say. Here it is. If a stranger saw your one and only streaking down Sunset Boulevard, he'd be most likely to comment on her blank. Don't shake your head, Harv. A question to repeat to give you a little food for thought. If a stranger saw your one and only streaking down Sunset Boulevard, he'd be most likely to comment on her blank. Think about that as we say farewell to the gentlemen. And we say, hello, ladies.
Oh,
How do you think
hello.
Bert is going to respond to that, Ann?
Oh, dear. I thought the only thing he could comment on would be my posture. Bert likes my legs. Bert's kind of weird.
Now, wait a minute.
He likes my legs.
If a stranger saw your one and only streaking down Sunset Boulevard, he'd be most likely to comment on her blank. See, it's not what Bert would say. It's a stranger.
Well, he will say that the stranger might comment on my legs.
All right, that's your
Because Bert
response?
likes my- I guess
Okay,
so.
that's her answer. Legs, she
Let's go.
says. And let's get Bert back on the screen, and there he is.
There he is.
There he is. Now, if a stranger saw your one and only streaking down Sunset Boulevard, he'd be most likely to comment on her blank. Fill in that blank, Bert.
Comment on her.
Watch it.
I was going to say speed. No, that's not what I was saying. She has so many assets, it's hard to pick one, but I would stick with that one. I would say he'd maybe be fascinated by her...
Posterior, is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, or tush, or however you want to put it.
Yes.
It would be...
She didn't say that, Bert.
She didn't say that?
No.
Well, then he's crazy if that's not what he's looking at. It's a humdinger.
No, Ann said the stranger would comment on her legs.
That's true. He would. He would.
I didn't know you liked the other part
Oh,
of
well,
me.
listen.
Oh, I like it all, my dear.
Work it out when you get it home, would you, honey?
We're going to try and do that, yes.
Don't take up our time here on camera. You know, it costs $15,000 an hour to run these cameras.
Oh, I'm sorry. Not only that, I'd like to say a word about the mind, and you can't believe how great
enough of
her
that.
really...
Blank. We go to Joanne now.
Yes.
You understand the question. If a stranger saw your one and only streaking down Sunset Boulevard, you'd be most likely to comment on her blank. Now, how do you think Roger is going to respond to that?
Well, going by what those people have already said on afternoon television, then I think maybe we can say boobs.
Boobs.
Can we say that?
Why, we say it on my show all the time. And we're number one.
Thanks a lot, Gene.
So that's what Roger's going to say the stranger would comment on.
I would hope so.
All right, let's all calm down now and get it all together and get Roger on camera. Hello, Roger. You understand the question. If a stranger saw your one and only streaking down Sunset Boulevard, he'd be most likely to comment on her blank.
Yes.
What would the stranger comment on?
I'm in so much trouble. No, see, everything I've thought about, I'm afraid to say. But I will say her hair.
That doesn't sound right either. That's about right.
Do you see how shy he is?
He really is a shy guy.
He can't even think those things.
Now, what was your second answer, Raj?
Second and third answers.
Okay, Raj, she didn't say that. She said boobs.
That was so obvious.
This isn't helping him, is it? I'm fanning the monitor, but that doesn't help. I
forgot about all those nicknames.
You do not share in the pot. Let's get over here to Donna
Get some water for Roger.
and get a response from her. You've been through it all, and you understand it, and you've heard it 19 times, and what is your
For
response?
2 years, I've been going to a gym, working out really hard, 6 days a week, and it better be my body. The whole thing.
The body.
The body.
whole entire body is what
Yeah.
Harvey's going to say.
He better.
All right. Let's get Harvey back. There he is. Harvey. Wait a minute, Harv.
What?
You understand, if a stranger saw your one and only streaking down Sunset Boulevard, he'd be most likely to comment on her blank.
Yeah, he'd say, hey, did you see that guy just go by?
Come on now, Harv. What did she say?
I would say her
What do you say?
Her new short hairdo. I don't teach you to play around when I'm in the men's room.
She said the entire body.
Oh, wrong, honey.
So Donna...
There's a lot of it I like.
Donna and Harvey, and nobody shared in that pot at all, so that means it's going to double up and we carry over to the next one. Let's find out how the next one will come out. There'll be more of Tattletales right after this.
Clues, food, sales, tails, sharks, and whammies. Password Plus, Supermarket Sweep, Sale of the Century, Tattletales, Card Sharks, rest your luck. Prime time, go, is game time.
I like that.
Weeknight starting at 8, only on Buzzer.
Okay, now we're ready to carry on here with Tattletales, and it's doubling time. Instead of $150, we've got $300 in the pot. And since no celebrity scored last time, we add that $150, so we're playing for $450, ladies and gentlemen. I know you're all anxious. Here we go. Gentlemen, have you ever been mad enough to take an axe to your television set? Have you ever been mad enough to take an axe to your television set is the question. Think about that, and we'll come back to you in a moment or so. And now, Ann, you tell us how Bert is going to respond to that. You watch television?
Yes.
Do you ever watch it together?
Yes.
And what do you say?
Well, he'll probably do it the first time he sees how well you're handling this job.
Isn't that clever? Let's hear it for Ann Convey.
But that doesn't win us any money, right?
I don't want this show. I've got my own show.
Has he ever been mad enough? Yeah. Yeah.
He has.
Yes, he
You'll
has.
say he'll say yes.
Yes.
All right. Let's get Bert out here and find out what he does say. Bert,
Yes.
have you ever been mad enough to take an axe to your television set?
You better believe it.
So you're in the pot for your rooting section over here. And now let's find out what happens along the line here. Joanne, how is Roger going to respond to this?
Roger is a Taurus with a Taurus temper, and something he really gets angry at that box. And yes is my answer.
Yes is the answer. All right, hold everything here. Let's get Roger back on camera. There he is. Roger,
Yes.
have you ever been mad enough to take an axe to your television set?
When the Rams lose and when I'm on, yes.
Okay. That's what she said. Joanne and Roger share in the pot. Now we come to Donna. How about it? What will Harvey say, Donna?
Harvey will say no.
He will say no.
Right.
Now, madam, you are not allowed to threaten our celebrities. Okay, hold everything. Here comes Harvey Korman. There is Harvey, and we ask you, have you ever been mad enough to take an axe to your television set, Harvey?
Yes, one night.
That's not what Donna said. She said no. Sorry about that, old bean. So, in this round, Joanne and Roger scored, and Ann and Bert scored. And we got a tie here. Two couples win. And that means our time's up. We'll come back for the final score in a moment or so, but now this. Our cup overflows today. We have two winning celebrity couples. That means they're going to divide the $1,000, and their audience will divide $1,700 here. They're going to share in that. This group and that group. Thank you. Team Rayburn for Tattletales. Join us next time. Thank you. Bye.
This is Jack Clark speaking for Tattletales, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.
Ace is adorable, Deuce is cute. Tickle their fancy, you'll win the